Hello friends, today we have some good news from the Legion Freedom of Russia.
We would like to inform you that our groups are currently operating in the Belgorod region. Among the legionnaires, there are no wounded or casualties, and we are proceeding according to plan. Leave the tales of minefields to Konashenkov. We continue to clear our homeland of Putin's filth. A battle is underway, and we will provide further details later. The Legion's assault group has completed its mission in the Belgorod region of Free Russia. After spending about a day in the Belgorod region, we can confidently state the following. The assigned tasks have been completed, and all legionnaires are safe and unharmed. The enemy has suffered losses in both personnel and equipment. We remind the Putin regime's lackeys. Our raids into Russian territory are your new reality. This will happen at any time that suits us and takes you by surprise. You can hide your losses as much as you want, but you are well aware of how many mothers you send funeral notices to for your subordinates.
Russian sources also confirm this information. They report that a Ukrainian sabotage group attempted to penetrate the territory of the Belgorod region. There is also information that some residents are leaving the village of Terebrano. It seems that they are fleeing because they fear living under occupation. How is it that Putin didn't provide security for the Russians, causing them to flee their homes? It's unclear. Okay, before we move on to the frontline overview, I kindly ask you to share this video on social media and watch it till the end, as it will greatly help promote my channel. Thank you. Let's start right away with Zaporizhia direction. Ukrainian forces are not conducting a large-scale assault here at the moment, but it's reported that tactical battles are taking place in the area of Verbove and Novoprokopivka without significant progress. The occupiers are holding their defensive positions and shelling our units during attempted advances. There have been no changes along the front line so far. In general, the counteroffensive continues. In the Vuhledar direction, the Russian attack yesterday in the Priyutny area was unsuccessful. The Ukrainian armed forces successfully repelled all attacks, and the front line remains unchanged. Shelling continues in the liberated villages as well. In the Kherson direction, shelling continues along the entire front line. Our units remain on the left bank in the area of Dachi, as confirmed by the General Staff, and there have been no changes so far. Meanwhile, images depicting the aftermath of Russian shelling on the civilian population of Kherson continue to surface online.
Прильот дуже потужний, вибух, почула крик, одяглась, бігом прибігла. Дитина лежить в кров, нога перебита, в руці осколок. Ну так, років 32. Стояв на підніжці, на правій, тут травмувала, а то, хто на лівій, і водію око пошкодило. Я ще підійшла туди, кажу, у вас, що бачу, він витирається такою серветкою, серветка в крові, око пошкоджено.
In the Bakhmut direction, Ukrainian forces continue tactical battles in the Klishchiivka area to prevent Russians from establishing a stronghold near the railway, which is about 3.5 kilometers from Opotne. This territory is critical for the Russians, and if the Ukrainian forces manage to gain control, the semi-encirclement of Bakhmut is guaranteed. Ukrainian forces are currently shelling Russian positions, and if they succeed in advancing further, the situation for the occupiers will deteriorate. Understanding the complexity of this situation, they are deploying all available resources to maintain their defense. There have been no changes along the front line in the past days, so their defense seems to be holding for now. The northern flank remains stable as well. Fresh aerial photos of Bakhmut, Klishchiivka and Andriivka have appeared online today, and I'd like to know your opinion. Do you think it's worthwhile to rebuild these cities and villages? Do you believe it will happen? Negotiations are already underway with various countries for financial assistance in the reconstruction of various cities in Ukraine. In the Avdiivka direction, Russians continue their unsuccessful attempts to break through towards Severne. They failed to gain control of this village even when they were on its outskirts. Now, with the Ukrainian forces pushing them back 4 kilometers, their chances of capturing it are minimal. However, they continue shelling, and today they fired rockets at the Avdiivka coke and chemical plant. One of the rockets hit near the naphthalene storage facility, causing some remains to catch fire. Fortunately, there were no casualties. In Mariinka, there are ongoing attempts to fully capture the entire city, but Ukrainian forces maintain control of the outskirts and the front line remains unchanged. In Novomikhailivka, there are only shelling incidents reported. In the Kupiansk direction, periodic shelling incidents are reported, but no offensive actions have been observed. In the Svatovo area, artillery shelling continues along the entire front line, albeit with reduced frequency. There have been no new attacks reported, and it seems that the Ukrainian forces are successfully holding onto the remains of Novoigorivka and Novoselivska. Even in these small villages, Ukrainian forces maintain control and prevent the Russians from advancing further. In the direction of Krymina and Siversk, periodic shelling continues, but the situation can be described as relatively stable. We are waiting to see when the occupiers will start their new advances with the concentration of their forces in these directions. There have already been official statements indicating that a new offensive is being prepared. Additionally, it was announced yesterday evening that Ukraine has joined the board of governors of the International Atomic Energy Agency. The president noted that this not only underscores our international role in security, but also provides real opportunities for Ukraine to influence decision-making within the organization.
Good health to all Ukrainian men and women. Significant International Day today. Meetings and negotiations with partners. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg was in Kyiv, fruitful negotiations. Not only about our defense now, but also about our strategic defense, the joint defense of everyone in Europe. Ukraine deserves to become a member of NATO, and it will, absolutely. And this is not just our Ukrainian ambition. It is the only effective security perspective for Europe guaranteeing real lasting peace. We are working to make practical progress on the issue of NATO membership. Today, we also discussed the work of our Ukraine-NATO Council format. What we can do using this format. It was a good meeting. I also held talks with the Minister of Defense of France today, and the day before, with the Secretary of State for Defense of the United Kingdom. Key partners. Very significant cooperation we already have, and even more significant cooperation we can achieve. We discussed in particular strengthening our forces and the overall strategy for our victory in the war. We are also working towards joint production of the weapons we need, which is essential for both Ukraine and our partners. I thank France, I thank the United Kingdom and all our partners, every leader, every country that stands with us against Russian terror and brings the much-needed peace closer. There are also results on the IAEA platform. Ukraine has become a member of the Board of Governors of this organization, the International Atomic Energy Agency. And this not only underscores our international security role, but also provides real opportunities for Ukraine to influence the adoption of decisions that are binding for all IAEA members and the entire international community. We will do everything to implement the first point of our peace formula, nuclear and radiation security, and to ensure the complete liberation of our Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant from the Russian occupiers, and to secure Ukraine and all of Europe from Russian radiation blackmail. We are also preparing for the coming weeks to yield more results for our international efforts, for the strengthening of Ukraine. Today, I held several relevant meetings, including an important meeting with intelligence chiefs. The results will come. Regarding the front lines, Kupiansk direction, Lyman, Bakhmut, Mariinka, Avdiivka, Shakhtarsk, our southern directions. I thank all of you for your strength. I thank each and every one of you who are currently in battle, at combat positions, on combat missions. We are working to provide you with more weapons, more powerful and effective weapons. Our Ukrainian weapons. And it will happen. Glory to you, warriors. Glory to Ukraine.
In the meantime, Kadyrov did meet with Putin.
Каждый уничтожает технику, никакие все абрамовцы, как называли их танки, не страшны там. Как мы им, я считаю, что мы им делали рекламу.
Unfortunately, our team couldn't decipher what Kadyrov said to Putin, but considering who these individuals are, it's easier to understand that whatever was said probably holds no real significance. And that's all from me. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.